Hello, and welcome to this live stream of Coalitions Part 2. Part 2 of my live stream about coalitions. Thanks for joining me. It's nice to do the things with company, and hopefully some of you saw last week's episode, which is now live, I think, on YouTube as well, if it's not available on Twitch, although I think it's still available on Twitch if you want to watch it. But yes, available on the YouTubes as well. We have a side channel, which we will be announcing probably more officially at some point in the future. But we're uploading everything that we do on Twitch onto YouTube so that everybody can watch it at their leisure, if they want to, of course, at any time. Also, so that we've got it for posterity, because, we do hours and hours of this stuff, and then on Twitch doesn't keep it for longer than a fortnight. And we're like, we wouldn't mind being able to watch that again. Thank you very much. Having a copy of that, please. So, yeah, thanks for joining me. How are you all? Who's in the chat? Let me know. Who's watching? Let me know how you're doing. What kind of things you like. Let me know if you saw last week's episode. I think I shall head over to the game board already, and then we can just remind ourselves of where we were last time in our fight against Napoleon in Europe in the early 1800s, and where exactly. To be honest, how the rules work. Pretty simple. I got the hang of it now, but it's been a week since I last played it. Let's find out where we were. There we go. It says game paused by just interesting. That's meant to say, but it just says just int. So let's continue the game. And we have Europe pretty much controlled by France. So these discs here represent garrisons left by Napoleon's generals, which are these figurines here with the cute little Napoleon hat. And they've gone into Spain, all over the Low Countries and the countries between Prussia and, I guess, what is now Germany. And they're getting into Austria as well, this white territory here. So I am playing against the board. Napoleon, controlled by the board, controlled by a deck of cards over here, which with Napoleon's lovely face on. You can see that there. And they determine how Napoleon moves, what he gets up to. And I'm controlling the alliance, the Grand Alliance, which is Britain, red, Russia, green, Prussia, grey, Austria, white, and the Ottoman Empire, yellow. Now, the Ottoman Empire is kind of keeping to itself right now, but they've sent an army, a general, with some soldiers over here. These discs underneath the figurine, there are 3 of them. They represent the soldiers that they have recruited. Britain has finally made landfall in Europe as well, or mainland Europe, I should say. Obviously, Britain is part of Europe. A general in Spain, Lisbon down here, and another general up in the Low Countries, I think that says, underneath. What is now Netherlands, Holland, Belgium. And yeah, I mean, I spent a lot of time last time, as I remember. Napoleon invaded Prussia and Russia, and I spent a lot of time kicking him out. And then he invaded Spain, and he's pretty solidly there. And as you can see, he invaded Central Europe. And I think the only thing that got the generals out of there was the fact that they decided to go and invade Spain. So it's a struggle. Napoleon will win the game if and when he reaches 40 influence points. Victory points, basically, and he wins victory points by defeating me in battle. So I need to not lose battles. Currently, he's on 14, which I think that's okay. I'm keeping him at bay. That's good. Back 3000's in the chat. Nice. Hi. How you doing? And I win when I seize Paris, which is currently occupied by a general with no armies. That's all right. Problem is that as soon as I invade French territory, a whole bunch of generals appear with full-strength armies. So that's not great. A full-strength army, by the way, is 3 discs, just like this Ottoman general that we were just looking at. He's got 3 discs representing soldiers, so that is a full-strength army with this general. This army has 2 discs. This British one, so it's lost some troops. There's a British garrison in Lisbon as well. And then just a reminder for those of you who may not have seen me last time or who probably forgotten, actions are determined by this funky thing here. This is the action dial, the rondel. In the square bit are the actions themselves. And then this round disc in the middle rotates, and each color corresponds to one of the armies. And of course, where that dial is in relation to the actions determines what actions you do. So, for instance, at the moment, red, which is Britain, is pointing at this action at the top, which is to get a battle card. And battle cards, as their name suggests, are useful in battle. And these are the battle cards. And that action means I'll draw a battle card and add it to my hand of battle cards. And see how it goes. You can play them in battle to hopefully win a battle against Napoleon. But to play them, you need to spend morale points. And that's what this track is here. This is your morale. And currently, Napoleon, as always, has the highest morale, 9 points. That means, in theory, he could put 9 battle cards into any given battle, except he doesn't have 9 battle cards. And you can only play 1 battle card per general involved in a battle. So I would be in a very bad situation if I found myself against 9 of Napoleon's generals, capable of spending all 9 battle points and committing 9 battle cards to a battle. That would be a disaster for me. As it happens, the highest we've got is Austria on 6 points, and everyone else is on 3 or 4 points, which isn't ideal, but it's enough. As long as I keep it topped up, it's enough to stay in the fight, I think. I hope. I pray. So, let's resume the war. I believe, yes, the last thing I did was resolve Napoleon's action, and then I turned this action disc. So we're going to start again, and I was doing it starting with Great Britain as the first army to move. I mean, I could do it in any order, I suppose, but it's easier if I just go around the disc clockwise, given that I'm controlling 5 armies on the board. Right. So, by the way, how's everyone doing today? Everyone in Britain especially, how are you doing in the weather? Because it's getting hot again. We're into another extreme heat wave, the second one this summer. Just a few weeks ago, we got up to about 40 degrees where I live, and now we're over 30 again. I think we're 35 today, or maybe going up to 34 today. Definitely this weekend. Ugh, it's really hot. I've got the windows open. I apologize for any noise in the background that happens as a result of that. I'm not going to close the window. Sorry. I need the air. It's too hot. I've also got 2 full pints. 2 full pints, I don't know if you can see those, of water with me to keep me hydrated. Because this last stream went on for about 3 hours. So hopefully it won't make me delay, but we'll find out. The other thing, I hope you're all keeping safe and cool, or as cool as you can, is I've forgotten. Well, that wasn't that exciting. I'm glad I announced that very dramatically. But thank you all for being here. Thank you very much. Let's get stuck in. Oh, sorry, we've already rotated. So, Britain is acting. Spiffing, hey Spiffing, says, afternoon, the aircon is on and I am thankful for that. You've got aircon, nice. Or are you in the office? Yeah. Aircon is invaluable on a day like this. I don't even have a fan. A fan would be useful, but never had one of those. It's just, most of the time, until the last couple of years, I suppose, I just don't need a fan because half the year it's too cold. But now it's getting crazy. Crazy hot, even in winter. So I have to just, with Britain, draw a battle card. Flip it. It's a 2. It's lower than all my other 3 battle cards that I have, which are currently 4, 3, and 5. So I'm just gonna put that back on the discard pile. I'm not gonna. I'm not gonna keep a 2 when I've got 3 or 4 and a 5. Austria gets taxes. Money is useful. Sorry, not Austria. The Ottoman Empire. They're yellow. So they get 1 one coin representing an arbitrary amount, of money for every territory they control with a number above it. So Constantinople gives them 3. The Danubian provinces give them 1. Serbia gives them 1. I'm guessing this also gives them something. Oh, no, 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 no. Tabletopia. Tabletopia. Yeah, Anatolia gives them 1. So that's 1, 4, 5, 6. And they don't control any others. Interesting. Who controls this one? Their allies. I don't think this gives any money anyway. Nah, Lisbon doesn't give money. Well, that solves that. That's phew. That simplifies that. So 6 coins to the Ottomans. Ugh. So they have 12 coins now. They can use that money to recruit more soldiers, which is that's a lot of soldiers they can buy. The Russians can either draw a battle card, get a morale point, or invade with a general that is off the board. They have no generals off the board. The only general off the board over here, I don't know if you can see that, is Napoleon's little general. So let's... Morale point is tempting rather than battle card. What's their battle card situation? They've got a 5, a 4, and a 3. Yeah, let's get a morale point. I think morale points are really useful. Aha! Prussia can recruit. Yay! Well, they've got a general with 2. I've got 2 generals on the board with full strength armies, so might as well. I mean, I'm not going to waste the opportunity to get soldiers on the board. So spend a coin, put that back in the bank to recruit for this general here, but not like undeniably useful to bloody hell. Pardon my French. Tabletopia, physics. Undeniably useful to recruit. I'm glad, but they didn't really need more soldiers on the board. A bit unnecessary. And then Austria will also get money, but they get money from the territories they control with these numbers in wreaths, laurel wreaths. That's how they get their money. So they currently control this place. Yep, Austria doing really well. They get 2 coins. Yeah, I mean, that's better than none, but still, that's not ideal, is it now? Ugh. And now France moves. Ugh, this is the bit I dread. I really do. What have we got? The Polish campaign, 1807. The French invade Denmark and Warsaw. Okay. Okay, I have armies in both of those places, so I can fight them. This is good. Now, the way this works is the general off the board invades first, Denmark, which I believe is up here. Haha, he's going to lose, mate. He's going to lose. Look at all those soldiers he's got to fight. Got a full-strength Prussian army. And a not-so-full-strength Russian army. But he does invade with a full-strength army of his own, so it's not the best, not an ideal situation to be in. But I don't know, I'm quietly optimistic here. Right. So he's invaded Denmark and the other one invades Warsaw. And it's always the general, if there is one, in Paris who invades after the ones that aren't on the board. So he also gets a full-strength army. Now, that is a general who is supported by friends. I think I'm going to be able to hold these fellas off. But at what cost? Because merely fighting in a battle removes a disc from your stack, from a general's army. Even if you win, you lose a disc. So, this could be pretty vicious. Okay, let's see what we can do. So they have to fight, because they're in the same territories. This Napoleonic guy has strength 4 in Denmark. So we've got this handy little track at the bottom of the board to track our strength, so I don't have to remember it. He's got strength 4, and he can play a battle card, which I think he will. Oh, by the way, just by drawing that Napoleon card, I get to put one army at the bottom of the track, of the morale track, upper space. And I can choose when there's multiple armies in that position, and there are. Let's have a look. It can be the Ottoman Empire, the British, or the Prussians. Who's most likely to be in a fight? Well, right now, the Prussians are in a fight, so let's move them up so they can spend more points. Yeah, all 3 Prussians are in a fight, so... Or all 3 Prussians might be in a fight. I think they probably will, though. Rob Potatoes says, hi, everyone. Hi, Rob. How you doing? Thanks for joining me on this lovely hot day. So we're about to have a fight in Denmark between the Prussians, the Russians, and the French. Now, currently, the Prussian army has a strength of 4, which is 3 discs plus the general. The Russian general has a strength of 2, but combined, that gives them 6. So let's go down to the strength track here and put the Prussians on... Oh, where's the Prussian disc? Prussian disc has disappeared. Okay, well, let's put the Russians and the Prussians. Use green for the... There should be a black disc for the Prussians, but it's not there. Oh, well. Bizarre. So they're currently on 6, which is really good. Do I want to bring this Russian general into it as well? I might as well, because it would allow me to play up to 3 battle cards if I need to. And he can join a fight. He's got no army to lose. He can still join a fight on his own. He only adds 1 strength, but that puts me 3 ahead before we draw battle cards. So what battle cards do I have at my disposal? Between them, the Russians have a 5, a 3, and a 4, and the Prussians have a 3, 3, and a 4. Napoleon can only play 1 card. The highest it can be is a 5. So he could go as high as 9. I'm currently on strength 7. So all I have to do is play a 3, and I automatically win. So yeah, I'll just play one of the Prussians, spend that point I just gave the Prussian to the Prussian army, sorry, the morale point, to play this battle card. Let's look at lovely artwork. 95th Rifles, 1815. That's Sharp's regiment. Well, I mean, sharpshooters, yeah, whatever. And that's pretty much an auto win. But let's do it officially anyway. So that gives me 10. And we've got to randomly find out which of these cards. Oh, it was a 5. Bloody hell. The Nizami Kiddy? Nizami Kiddy? I think it's a hard C. It looked like Ottoman troops, I guess. Some Ottoman mercenaries fighting with the French. Filthy, filthy, filthy. Now each card that gets played in combat gets replaced from the deck, so that's fine. Replace the 3 with a 4. That's a trade up. And I completely smashed that because he could, although he drew a 5, which is scary, 5 plus 4 is 9, which is behind my 10. So he loses, and the entire army gets destroyed. The general retreats to Paris. And his army gets destroyed. Lovely. Sadly, though, I do lose this disc from this Russian general's army. They need to do some serious recruitment, and a disc from the Prussian army. Whew. But Denmark is saved. Nice and secure. Now Warsaw, the Battle of Warsaw again. That's the second time they've invaded Warsaw. So tedious. Again, Victory points go to Napoleon if he wins a battle. So I just need to win this battle. So obviously, currently we're equally matched. 4 versus 4. This Russian army will definitely join in. That'll be 5 versus 4. And I can play a 5 card and another card if I wish. I think I'll do that. Because again, it's an auto win, I think, in this situation. And by not including this Prussian general here in East Prussia, I don't lose any discs that he's got with him, which could be very useful. So I will do that. I'll just have the Minsk Russian general and the Warsaw Prussian general fight Napoleon's army, which, let's just go back to the strength track. Blue disc representing the French goes to 4. The green disc representing the Russians and the Prussians goes to 5. They can commit a battle card, which I think I might as well commit a 5. The French will commit a battle card automatically. It's a 4. So he only gets a total of 8, and I get a total of 10. I smash him. But unfortunately, that did cost me a 5, which feels a bit like a waste of a very high battle card. Replaced by 4. Ooh, I'm diminishing. I'm just replacing these cards now before I forget, because I do have a habit of doing that. So, again. Oh. General retreats to Paris. So there's now 2 chastised, humbled, emasculated French generals in Paris now. They just lost their invasion went terribly. And a slightly weakened Prussian army in Warsaw. Right. Cool. And then we rotate this disc and go on to the next turn. So, starting with the British are getting money from their taxes, which is 6 from London, I believe. Yeah. And they control the Low Countries. Let's see if the Low Countries give them any money. It helps if I click on the right thing, so I can move the figurines. Yes, 1 from the Low Countries. So that gives them 7. They don't get anything from Lisbon or Oporto, which has been taken by the French. Maybe I should take that back. Anyway, I get 7 coins, which is pretty awesome. Increases my stack to 14. I can recruit many soldiers. Many soldiers once I have the option to recruit from this track over here. So the Ottoman Empire can either increase their morale or get a battle card. I think we want a... it's got a 5 and a 2. And drawing a new battle card might be useful. I still feel like morale is very useful because it allows me to use battle cards. But he's not going to get into many fights anytime soon. So let's spend it on the morale point. Let's increase my morale. Oh, I forgot. Napoleon spent another morale point, didn't he? As did the Russians. They go down 1. Forgot about that. Whoops. So the Russians are recruiting. They've got 7 coins. That means they can recruit 7 discs of soldiers. And they have a general with no soldiers. They've got 3 generals with no soldiers. And a general with just 1 disc. So it's tempting to spend all my money to recruit the maximum number of soldiers I can. Because that's the only thing money's used for. So yeah, I think I will spend all 7 coins. Put them in the treasury there. To recruit 7 discs worth of soldiers. And I will give 3 to, this guy, because this general in Hanover is next to a French general, and therefore it might be useful to have a big army So he can take on the big French general, known for the size of his hat. Ba, ba, ba. So that's 3. I've got another 4 to take. I'm not sure I need to bother with Minsk. Maybe I'll give him 1 just in case Napoleon decides to invade Minsk. And then I'll give 2 to this fella in Austria to make him up to a full strength army. Oh, for physics. Woo, look at that. That's exactly how physics works. There we go. Because look, there's all these French garrisons. So if I just I could just barge my way through the Low Countries whilst the generals aren't there, right? And defeat these garrisons. And then take my other disc and give it to this guy. So that was... Yeah, that's all 7 spent. Okay, all 7 recruited. Good. And now we go to the Prussians, who get some money, but only from the territories they control with these laurel numbers in. So that's 1 for Warsaw, 1 for Denmark, and 2 for Saxony. That's a Prussian garrison. So yeah, they're doing pretty well there. So they got 4 coins. That's not bad, actually. That's the most anyone's got from that source of income. And they've got a big pile of money now. It is 11 coins. Bloody hell, wow. And the Austrians move. Right, so what the Austrians going to do? There's a French general here. It's tempting to kind of bash him about, but he's just going to stay there until the cards tell him to move elsewhere. So it makes sense to kind of push through. Like I said, barge through Central Europe and get rid of these French garrisons. So, bearing in mind every battle costs me a disc, this general, I think, will invade Bavaria. There's a battle. I automatically win it because all there is a French garrison. And French garrisons, unlike generals and non-garrison troops, can't assist across borders in battle. So it's just 1 versus 3. So I automatically win. So that disc just goes back to France. Unfortunately, I also lose one of my own discs, as I said, from fighting in that battle. So if I fight another battle, which I can do because I can move up to 3 I can move 3 spaces in a turn, and every time I hit an enemy army, I fight them. So it's tempting to... Yeah. As Austria, I'm not going to get this source of money for a while. I've just had it last turn, so it doesn't seem much point in leaving a garrison there. So I'll charge into Pavia? No, Palatinate, whatever that is, and just wipe out this garrison again. I am liberating this central states of Europe from Napoleonic rule and imposing my own. Haha. And then I've lost all my army now through a blistering campaign through Central Europe. I can move again, and I would draw against the garrison because strength 1 general versus strength 1 garrison. I could play a card to defeat it, but I don't know if I want to play one of my battle cards against a garrison. I think I'd rather save them against generals. Save them to use against generals. I don't know. What do you think I should do? Should I just go for it and spend a battle card and get rid of these garrisons, hoping they don't return, or should I leave it? The garrisons only get placed there when the general invades a territory with his army and wins a battle, or invades a territory where there is no enemy. And, so as long as there's a French general in a territory, he will leave a garrison as long as he's got a disc, if there are no enemy there. So it's tempting. It's tempting. Yeah, let's do this. Let's my last move. I'm going to Nassau and play a card. Obviously, the garrison can't play a card; only generals can. So I automatically defeat it, but I do throw away a card. I will keep the Jägerlützow Freikorps. Ooh, well, they're German speaking, so I'll get rid of the British regiment. But I do get it. I do get the card back, or a replacement card, which is a 4. I actually traded up. Okay, but I did spend some morale to do that. Use that card. So okay, a costly but successful invasion. I just cut a massive swathe right through from Tyrol through to Nassau. Nice. Doesn't look so French now, does it? Filthy, filthy foreigners. French, I mean. Obviously, as an Austrian general, I'm also xenophobic. Or have the capacity to be. Any nation could be xenophobic towards another nation, right? So, now it's the French turn. It's Napoleon's turn. What's he going to do? He's going to invade... Ooh, the Italian campaign, 1800. Oh my, I don't think I have any soldiers in Italy. Dalmatia, Piedmont, and Württemberg. Okay, actually, I think I've got something. There's some Austrians in Piedmont. This is not good. Dalmatia, where presumably Dalmatians come from. General in Paris with a full-strength army. He goes straight there. There's no one to challenge him. So this is what I was saying about garrisons. He automatically leaves the garrison in Dalmatia. I'll put it there. And then he's stationed in it with his strength 2 army. Oh dear. I mean, it's not the worst thing in the world. I wasn't... In a way, it's better to not have to fight all the time. Because, you know, at some point I need his generals to be away from France so that France is vulnerable enough for me to invade, right? And capture Paris. And where else does he invade? Piedmont. So now there is going to be a battle in Piedmont, and I think he's going to win it. Yeah, he is. Because it's just... Oh dear. So it's a full strength French army, which is strength 4, versus a strength 3 Austrian army with a garrison, so strength 4, but any French armies in neighbouring territories, such as this one here in Venice? Yes, Venice, automatically support and get involved in the battle. And sadly, that is the case here. So I think I've lost. We'll find out. So we've got strength 4 and a strength 2 generals. So they're on 6 already. I have a strength 4 Austrian force with the garrison and the general and his army combined. Spiffing says, the French. The French champagne, celebrated for its excellence. It is a California champagne. Anyway, back to battle. So play a card. They're definitely going to play a card, and they have the capacity because they've got 2 generals in this fight. They can play 2 cards. If they're both 5, then I obviously can't win. If they are both 2, then I could potentially win. I've got a 4. That's the best I can do. Is it worth... Should I just give up this fight now? Or should I try to win it? Because if I add this 4 card, my strength will increase to 8. They're currently on strength 6 plus a card, which will either be strength 8 at the lowest if it's a +2, or it'll be more. But then if it's yeah. So what happens with the French is that if they can, the AI plays it as if they can play a card and win, they will. So they will play both cards. I could do this, so I can either decide to prolong this fight by committing a card of my own to exhaust Napoleon's morale points. Oh, that reminds me. get to increase a morale point because Napoleon invaded. Also, he gets morale points every time I move. I just realised that. So yes, he's back up to 10. There's no point. There's just no point fighting this. I'll just get destroyed. Oh dear. Let me check the rules. What happens when I lose a battle? Does my general... I know, yeah. My general retreats to my capital, which is Vienna. Yes, that's why there's 2 generals in Vienna, because they got hammered earlier. And I lose all my pieces. All my forces in Piedmont. Ugh, you git. You filthy git. So he stations a garrison. But he's now just got a strength of 1 army, because merely by taking part in the fight, he is down 1 disc. And I love being a disc downer. Woo! He also loses a disc. So annoying. Bloody French. So many of them! And he wins a battle. He's up to 16 points. He's nearly halfway to victory. Oh, I need to invade Paris. And as soon as I set foot on French territory, a whole 3 French armies turn up. And there's already 1 in there. So I need to get that guy next to Paris out of France before I invade somehow. Need to get him out of France before I invade. But I also need to invade, I think, with multiple armies at the same time in order for this to work. Like a sacrificial army to draw their fire, and then another army to actually go for Paris. Ay caramba. Dios mío. Okay. Well, that was the French action. And now we rotate this disc. And the British get a choice. They can either tax and get more money, or they can get some morale, get a new battle card. Interesting. I have a battle card 5, 4, 3. Do I need another battle card? I don't need it. It would be nice to get another battle card. 4 battle cards is better than 3, right? Morale is always useful because you can spend it to use battle cards. Or I could just get some more money. I currently have 14 coins. That feels like a lot of money. I get another 7. So I go up to 21 coins. Which is more than useful, I think, right now. So yeah, let's get morale points. Let's keep building up my morale so I can be strong in battle. He says. Having just been defeated. Losing a battle in this game feels really personal. You know, it feels really kind of, I have failed, you know. Feels rough. Feels rough. Okay, so we're on to the Ottoman Empire, who also get a choice of either getting more morale or a battle card or recruiting some soldiers. They currently are a bit light. Got a couple of light armies. This guy's got full strength army. Is it worth making these full strength? I will have to recruit next turn, so I won't recruit this turn. I will get morale or a battle card. What's the Ottomans' battle card situation looking like? Bit rough. Yeah, maybe I'll... No, I'll go for morale. I'm at the stage where I feel like morale is useful, so I'll go for it. Now, the Russians can either recruit or get money. Ooh, if they got money, they would get 2 coins. No, sorry, 4 coins because of these disputed territories. No. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 coins. That's quite a lot, actually. But I'm just going to have to get coins next turn. And they have no money right now, which means they can't recruit. They need money to recruit. Well, I'm glad I paid attention to these rules more thoroughly. This is why a good commander, you know, knows everything that's going on all the time. So they need... What did they say they got? 1 from this territory up here, 2 from this one here, so that's 3, and another 2 here, so that's 5. Well, that's pretty good. It's a shame I didn't have the money before I had the option to recruit more people. That would have been really useful. I'm just going to obsessively, compulsively try to keep this board neat, because last time it got pretty messy. Right. So the Prussians, again, can either get money or they can move. And every time they move, I forgot this, Napoleon's morale goes up 1. Every time they move. Oh, actually, so it only went up 1 last time. I just remember that because and the Prussians are here. Is it worth moving this full-strength Prussian army towards France? I think it is. And they're going to move 3 spaces. 1, 2, 3. Yeah. Are they going to have a chance to recruit anytime soon? No. So he won't leave a garrison in Eastern Prussia, even though that might be a wise thing to do. The Austrians, they can also move or get a battle card. Their battle card situation is not great, admittedly. But I think it's a bit of a waste, because I've got a 4 and a 3 in my battle cards. They're decent enough. Middle of the road. Getting another battle card, I could equally get a 2 or a 5. And I don't think it's worth the risk. So I'm going to move with the Austrians. I'm not going to invade France, but I will get one of these slightly stronger armies through to the French border. 1, 2, 3, the Palatinate. So I can tell, once I've got my armies in position on the borders of France, I'm going to draw a card where Napoleon invades all those countries again. This is going to completely hammer me and mess up my strategy. Oh well. And now, yeah, Napoleon. I draw a card. I hate this so much. The Italian campaign. Oh, another Italian campaign in 1797. Okay. Greece, Naples, and the Papal States. He's going for the Pope. Rome is under threat. Papal States, Naples, and Greece. Greece first. There's no one in Paris, so it's the nearest army. Nearest army would be this one. Goes into... Oh, no. Greece first. So it's, yeah. This one. Oh, he's going to fight. Automatically destroys that garrison. That's bad. Not good news for the Ottomans. Suddenly, these boys are going to see some action, eh? But they're going to be up against a weakened enemy. In fact, a much weakened enemy, because he loses a disc with a battle and automatically places a garrison. So actually, they're going up against... Ooh. But he did win that victory. Oh, this is bad. Yeah, he gets 2 points for winning that. Ooh, crap. Crap, 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 crap. Crap, 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 crap. Sorry, that was just Greece and then Naples. And again, it's the nearest general to Naples, which happens to be this fella, I think. Yeah, has to be. Of course it is. Duh. Use that. And then this fella's the nearest one to the Papal States. I think I have been playing this wrong, actually, because I think they get... I've just said they're weakened, but I actually think they get a full complement of... They get put back to full strength every time they invade, I think. Let me just bore you with the rules being on screen for a bit. Scroll all the way down to the bottom to find the solo rules. Ah, here we go. Solo card. Blah, blah, blah. Place generals in each territory with 3 units. Yep. Yeah. Oh, I just did the last turn wrong. I was taking them from Paris, but actually, Paris is supposed to do the closest and then Paris. Oops. That would make sense because Paris is very undefended if you do it that way around. Oops, got that wrong. Big little mistake. Oops. So this fella actually does have... they're much stronger now. And he gets 2... 2 because he would have invaded with 3, and he automatically places a garrison of those 3, so that's why. And then he also has 3, which I will stack. Try and do this. That's so irritating. There's a kind of snap function. You can see it kind of goes brownish, orange, and then it keeps them all in one stack, and you can move them all together like that. What just happened? Oh, what's this then? Oh no, there's a bug. I think that stack there is not actually there, but it's permanently decided it is there graphically now. But I can't. Yeah, there's nothing to click on or move. I just have to ignore those discs, pretend they're not there. How irritating. Right, so that was Napoleon's very successful invasion of the Greece and Italy. And now we move the disc again. See what happens now. Britain. I can recruit or increase my morale or get a battle card. I won't be able to get a battle card for a while. I have to recruit next time. He needs a full strength army. He needs 1, and he needs... Yeah, he just needs 1 as well. So I only need to spend 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Yeah, there's no point recruiting this turn because I have to recruit next turn. So I will get a battle card or morale. I'll get some morale. I feel like I'm investing in building up my morale so I can play lots of battle cards in battle when I eventually, hopefully, invade France. Now, the Ottomans get to recruit. It may be worth recruiting because I think I'm going to have to do some fighting soon. This is my last chance to recruit for a while. So yeah, I'll spend 2 coins. Putting each of these armies to full strength. I can eventually get there. Ay caramba. There you go. Ottomans are now to full strength. All those Ottoman generals are. The Prussians can either get money or move. Ooh. Now, they did really well getting money last time. And they'll have to move next time. And every time I move, his morale goes up. So... Oh, I forgot. Every time I play one of those Napoleon cards, the person at the bottom goes up. Yeah. Okay. I have to move next time. Where can I get that's useful? Again, I can get to the borders of France. I need to invade simultaneously. And I think I need to get these armies here, these British and Ottoman armies up to the southern borders of France here. I don't want to let too many generals remain in France. So, because when I invade, 3 generals will appear for each army that invades France. So it's just going to get messy. So I want to build up my forces. So this Russian army at full strength can move here. Yeah, in 1 move. So I think, yeah, I will not move this turn. I will get more money instead for possible recruitment next time round. Although I have 5 coins, but I have 4 generals. So yeah, it's worth getting more. And I currently hold 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 coins worth. So now I've got 10. That means I can build 3 armies to full strength from nothing if I need to. Next time I can recruit, which may not be an option for me. Let's find out. The Prussians, they can move or get a battle card. How are the Prussian battle cards doing? They're all right for battle cards, I think. They will move. But from where to where? This is a port. It's directly connected to the Low Countries. So this army, I think, will move to the Low Countries. And now we have 2 armies in the Low Countries. Haha, ready to attack. This fella could move, yeah, to join, I think, in Nassau again. Ready for a northern invasion. This fella will stay in Warsaw, because there's, I mean, odds are against it now, right? But Napoleon has invaded Warsaw unexpectedly twice. So I feel like I should keep some keep some soldiers around that area, given Napoleon just keeps invading it. He's also invaded Italy twice, but slightly different. Okay, and then Austria can either raise money or get a battle card. I mean, again, its battle card situation isn't ideal, but yeah, let's get a battle card. No, because this option is you have to swap battle card. You have to swap rather than this one just gives you a battle card. So yeah, let's get money. Although I have to get money next time. And I've got 9 already. No, battle card it is. Sorry, I keep flip-flopping, changing my mind. Oh, it's a 3. Well, at least it's an Austrian soldier. Styrian Landwehr. Yeah. So, get rid of the Prussian. Yeah, straight swap. Kind of pointless. And now the French move. Napoleon does his thing. The German campaign! Right where I'm stationed. Or not. Right where I've just been, yeah. Bavaria, Saxony, Hesse. I was just there in Saxony. I mean, I left. Luckily, I was going to go into Hesse, wasn't I? And luckily, I didn't. And I have left Bavaria. That's lucky too. But yeah, I've got a garrison in Saxony, which is annoying because I had a full strength Prussian army in Saxony, which would have definitely, with the help of this Russian army, defeated the French army. But no, he's going to get 2 victory points for automatically defeating this Prussian garrison. That's so irritating. So it's the one nearest. So it's this guy. He gets a full strength army. He goes in, but he did fight a battle. So he automatically faces a garrison. So 1 garrison, he loses 1 disc from fighting a battle, and he is reduced to 1 disc with his general. But he does get 2 victory points for defeating that garrison. And then he gets 2 armies. Again, the nearest. Bavaria, Saxony, and Hesse. Who's nearest? Bavaria might actually be. He's 1, 2, 3. He's definitely moving because he's only 4 spaces away. So I guess it's this guy next. 1, 2, 3. Yeah. So this guy who already has a full army because he's just a very successful general and can invade places and control them. Although no, he automatically places a garrison. I forgot about that. So he's back to full strength, but I forgot to place a garrison there in the Papal States. And then he goes into Hesse. There's just too many French. The board's not big enough to hold all these French people. My gosh. Yeah, stupid battle plans. All these scheming invasions. I mean, apart from abandoning the garrison to his fate and giving him a victory, which is really irritating. Well timed, though. Napoleon took his opportunity. That could have been a lot worse because I left those two territories, Bavaria and Hesse, I avoided. So that meant I avoided battle, which meant I still got strong armies positioned on the borders of a currently pretty pretty empty looking France. It's tempting to invade with whatever I've got, except I've got the wrong armies, haven't I? Because I've just yeah, the next armies to move are Russia, the Ottomans, and Britain. It's going to be ages before I can move the Prussians and the Austrians. Right. Okay. It's a long game. I've got to get the action dial around again. So another 4 turns, maybe, before I can invade France with the Prussians and the Austrians. Which means Napoleon's got plenty of time to mess up all my plans. Little dirty frog general. Okay. I rotate this disc to see what I do next. So I'm recruiting as Great Britain, as we knew. So I'd spend 5, I think, didn't I decide? Bring this army to full strength. Give him a full strength army. And then give his army to full strength. So yeah, that's 5 regiments, battalions, whatever you want to call them, recruited. Why are you treating me like this? So that's 5 of your finest gold coins. Right, okay. That's the British sorted. Now it's the Ottomans. They're going to get money. They control, or joint control, Lisbon, which gives them 1. And that's it. Because Napoleon's armies took Greece from them. Brutal. So they get 1 coin. That's an entire turn. Oops. The Russians move. Okay. Well, there's a pretty solid block of French occupying all this territory here, so I think this Russian doesn't want to go through that. This Russian kind of feels inclined to stay to help protect this area. This fella can hop along quite easily via the ships to here. There's a massive gathering. Let's move him just to keep the space a little cleaner. He's going to share the Palatinate. This fella might move. He's full strength, so he can afford to invade as well, I think. And he's going to position him he's somewhere here. So he's avoiding the French by using the sea lanes to get. Was 1 move to London actually? Ooh, actually, think about that. So 1 move to London. Second move, because he can move 3 spaces to here, and then another move here. Is it worth him going south or sticking north? Because I've got a lot of forces in the north. I don't think I need any more. It's tempting to move him, get some more armies down here, yeah. But perhaps avoid this garrison. So Go straight to Lisbon. Lisbon's busy. Very well. Very well defended. Haha! Napoleon can't get any more victory points. The Russians have blocked him. Those dirty pre-communists. They'll get there eventually. They're just czars and czarinas at the moment. They're all evil, tricksy Russians. Oh no, he's on his side now. Can I? How do I get him upright? Close. No. Okay. This is gonna be fun. Fun game. Can Robin get? Yeah, he did it. Skillfully done. Skillfully done. Right, so that was the Russians. They moved. Oh, they moved 2 armies. So Napoleon gets up on the morale track. And then it's the Prussians. And all they can do is swap one of their cards. They drew a 3. But it's a filthy French one, so it's going to stay there. Go back in the day. And then the Austrians get tax money. What do they get? Let's have a look. They get 1 from Hungary. 3 from Vienna. I'm going to say 1 from Bohemia as well, even though the Russians are there, they're allies, they're not taking their taxes. Yeah. So 5, and that's it's not bad, but it's already got 9. They don't really need more money. They need to be able to move. Moving is so much more useful than money right now. He says, only because I have too much money. Oh, what a unique problem to have in 2022. And now the French. Oh, it's the final card of this deck before I remix them. German campaign, 1794. They invade Westphalia, Hanover, and the Palatinate. Whoa, okay, well, that's annoying, because, I mean, I've got armies in the Palatinate, but, right. Westphalia, Hanover, and the Palatinate. And luckily I've got loads of people already here. So, this guy will invade Westphalia. There's already a garrison there. Can you have more than one garrison in the place? Because the rules say he automatically places a garrison. But can you automatically... if there's already a garrison there, what's the point of placing another one? Let's have a look. Garrisons. Where are the garrisons? Garrisons. 1 garrison at any time. Okay, so he's just another... Oh, that's really bad. Oh, so actually it is useful to get rid of garrisons in case the French invade a territory they've already invaded, and then you just have these full-strength armies to deal with. Yeah, okay. And then Hanover. Oh, taking Hanover. This is terrible. At least the ordering of these 2 invasions has been logical. Like, they invaded the German territories here, and then they've just moved north after very successfully seizing control of the southern ones. This is not good. Also, these discs are too big for the board, which is stupid. I don't know if this is... Is the physical game like this? Are the pieces too big to fit in the spaces? Because that's kind of dumb. Especially got this many garrisons. Look how French Europe is looking. But also looking how... Like, that makes logical sense, right? That pattern, that distribution is like a real military campaign would look like that. As opposed to having a bunch of French garrisons controlling Russia and then nothing in the rest of Europe. This is like this, you can see the slow expansion of the French army and territory. That makes a lot of sense. That's kind of cool. That game is reflecting plausible history. Oh yeah, they invaded the Palatinate as well. So it's going to be this fella who's already full strength. So that's easy. Now the Palatinate is this one. Yeah. So strength 4. He has no support. This is good because they've just gone up there. So I think he's lost because he's got strength 4 against strength 5, actually. So maybe he hasn't lost. He may not have lost, actually. This is not so good. So he's the white disc to represent the Austrian-Russian alliance. And the blue disc represents the French. He will play a card. I will play... If he plays a 5, he's strength 9. So I only need to play a 4 to draw and force him away. He'll have to play a 5 to win. Sorry, he'll have to play a 5 to draw. So I will spend an Austrian morale point because they've got a bit more. Also, I think they just moved, so one of my lowest, which could be the Russians, goes up. No, not the Russian one, the Austrian one. Get rid of that. So I've just played a 4, which takes me up to 9. He'll have to play a 5 to win. He played a 2. He lost. Like the bitch that he is. Pardon my French. Pardon my French. That's funny. Yeah, he lost. Nice. So they just get destroyed. That's what I like to see. He retreats to Paris. Let's get him back. Come on. Back on your feet, soldier. No, no. Okay. See, this is the bonus game. When figurines fall over, can you get them back on their feet? Okay. If I flip it, can I flip it? Is that a thing I can do? Can I do that? No. No, he's decided that they don't exist. And he's just gonna... Oh, he's gonna knock... Oh my gosh. Okay. If I rotate it 90 degrees, he's back. Back on his feet. Nice. And he's in Paris. Nice. Unfortunately, he's just weakened my armies quite considerably. Which is not great. I guess they're going to have to be the sacrificial armies that distract the French defenders. Okay. This is not going how it's supposed to go. Oh. Yes, he doesn't need to... Oh, all right, there's an audio thing there. That's right. Okay. So that was the French turn. And now we rotate. So luckily the French don't go this turn. That's good. Gives me a bit of respite. The British get more money because they really need it. Although, to be honest, all they've got is Lisbon right now. Like, yeah. Yeah, France has conquered so much. Great. Yeah, they get 1 coin. Oh, well, I mean, me poo-pooing getting money, but 1 feels useful. The Ottomans move. Aha. Aha. This full-strength Ottoman army could move here. But then he gets dragged into a battle. And not a battle in his favour. So, what do I achieve by going into that battle? Because there's a risk Napoleon would win it. But he can't just sit in Lisbon. Do I move in that extra territory to get rid of this garrison? But then I have to fight this full-strength army as well. I do have a 5. I could play that 5. Oh crap, I've got to... He automatically supports. So yeah, I can't clear that garrison without fighting both of these generals, which is just a losing battle. So yeah, that's annoying because I need to getting rid of that garrison would be very helpful. Swift over the slow. He had too much of that French champagne, yeah, in reference to the general who just kept falling over. Hmm. Okay. Right. So any other Ottomans? Do I want to move these fellas? Again, I don't really want to get dragged into a fight. But I mean, they're not doing anything else. He might as well. Yeah, just... He's got the upper hand here. He's destroying... Ooh, you can give naval support, actually, so he will help him. So maybe I'll move both Ottoman forces in. Both generals are in. Don't fall over. So we've got strength 8 on the Ottoman side. Before battle cards are played. Sorry, strength 8. Not strength 9. That's a bit cheeky. And then strength 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 on the French side. All right. So if they play a 5, they'll be on 11. So that means I have to play at least a 3 to draw and force him to retreat. 5 is the top one I have, so I'll play a 5. Spend a morale point. Oh yeah, he goes up a point because I moved 2 armies. And then he spends a point to play a 5. Ugh. If I play both my cards, that'll be 2, put me on 15, and he'll be 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. If this card is a 5, oh, you bastard. Just leapfrog me to defeat me. Oh, how embarrassing. How embarrassing. He had 2 5s. Why has Napoleon always got a 5 in his hand? His battle card hand. Why? Why? He's a French knob. That's what he is. Pardon my French. Again. Okay, let's shuffle these cards. Pick up the deck. Put it back. Oh. It's landed on something. What's that? Aha, that must be the strength marker for the Prussians. That's somehow decided it's on the other side of the board. Useful. Yeah, draw another card. Oh, the Ottomans. Their first taste of military action this game, in this war, and they've just completely fluffed it. Completely. And then he gets 2 new ones. This is bad. But I weakened him, right? Can't believe that. Just lost. Back to Constantinople, which is next door, you morons. You didn't go very far, did you? Stupid rookie troops. Rookie generals. What the heck was your approach to attacking? Don't load your guns, men. Just walk slowly at theirs. Ignore the fact they're firing upon you. 2 full-strength Ottoman armies invade Greece, their own territory, before Napoleon literally just took it. And they just get wiped out. Pair of pansies. And by pansies, I mean pushovers, not like any slur of any homophobic nature. That's not really what I meant. Pansies wilt easily in bad weather. That's the reference I'm making. Right. So they just won a battle. Oh, no. He's over halfway. He's only halfway to victory. Oh, Napoleon's going to win. He's going to win. I think he's going to win. Because I just can't invade France soon enough. Which is a permanent problem for many people. Can't invade France soon enough. Well then. Well done, Ottomans. Well done. That's Russia. Peaswad's raiding with a party of 5. Amazing. Oh, thanks, Peaswad. How you doing? Thanks for bringing the raid my way. I appreciate it. It's not going well. The Ottomans just counterattacked from Constantinople, which is the adjacent territory to Greece. They invaded with full armies against a weaker French army and got destroyed because they're bloody useless. Anyway, they just need. Now they've had a taste of battle, maybe they'll be better. Oh, hey, Peaswad, nice. Nice emoticons, nice. What am I doing? I was about to do something. Oh, it was a draw card for the Russians. It's a 2, and I have to swap it. No, I don't. I'm going to just put it back on the pile. Useless. The Prussians get some money. They probably need it. I don't know. They have 3, 4, 5, 6. And then, oops, 7. Does Nassau give any money? No. They get 7 coins from their taxation. There's only 5 left. Oh. Maybe I've been getting too much money. Not spending it, kids. Just not spending money fast enough. It's because there's 2 different ways to get money. This action here in the top right, and then this action here. So everyone's getting twice as much money. They're getting more money than they can spend because the only way to spend it is on recruiting soldiers. And the Austrians can either get morale, a battle card, or some... Well, that's it, actually. I think it's worth getting some more morale, actually. As always, Robin likes the morale. Right, so the French don't do anything, so we return again. The British can either move or get money. They don't need money. They've got full-strength armies, and they can move now and again next turn. This could be our moment, folks. This could be our moment. Peaswad says, all right, got to go make lunch/nap. I'll be around lurking on you. Oh, thanks, Peaswad. Enjoy making lunch. I hope you eat it and enjoy it even more than making it. And, of course, your nap. Everyone deserves a nap, particularly on a hot day like this. So, what we got? Britain. Britain's about to make his move. He's going to invade France. Now, when I invade France, as soon as I set foot on French territory, 3 full-strength French armies will appear. 1 in a territory next to me, 1 in Paris. There already is 1 in Paris. And 1 in the territory that I invade. So, I can bring 2 armies via the ships. 1 from London to the Low Countries in the ports, and then along with this one from the Low Countries, 2 armies can invade Picardy. In fact, one of them could invade Lorraine because they could go via these territories here. That could be really useful, actually. If I could also get this fella to invade at the same time. I can get him into a position to invade next turn because I'm going to get to move twice. But the important thing is getting into France and surviving in France. Now, I will have support from these armies here, which is actually really good. So I think whoever I fight in Picardy, I can beat. It's a question of a second battle. Do I want to risk it? I think I do want to move in. Because I think multiple... So this fellow in Paris, he can support any other army in France. because it's adjacent to all of them. But he can only support one in any given turn. So if I invade with 2 armies, there'll be 2 battles, but he can only commit to one of them, which I think is important. And I've got loads of allies on the borders to support me in Lorraine and Picardy. So I think I do want to do that. I think I want one army to go... Oh, what's going on here? Ah. His discs have gone all weird. I think I want him to invade Lorraine. Chortle. He's getting in Lorraine. And then this fella is going to invade Picardy. And before I resolve the French reaction, I want to decide what to do with this fella, if anything. Because I could make him get rid of this garrison, which could be useful, but then he loses a disc simply by doing that. And he'd have to fight this fella. But he can't move through Spain through any other means. Oh, actually, no, he can move. Oh, he can move after the reaction, actually, now I think about it, because these 2 fellas are probably the closest to France. Yes, they are. So they will move out the way by me invading France. Ha ha ha. Right. So, full strength army for the fella in Paris. Right. Let me just double check how it works. The Battle for France is the special rules name? Or Battle for Paris? I can't remember. The Battle of Paris, there we go. When any coalition unit is present in any original French territories, Napoleon, during his solo card action, draws a card but doesn't flip it. Instead of executing it, places 1 general with 3 discs in Paris, 1 general with 3 discs in territory with the enemy, 1 general with 3 discs in 1 adjacent territory to the territory where the battle occurs. If there's more than 1 original French territory under attack, or more than 1 adjacent territory to the battle, follow the territory deployment priority. Okay. Talk Steam 1836, good number in your name, appropriate to the period, well, just a couple of decades after this historical period. How does this work? It looks like Risk, if Risk took 10 hours. Does Risk not take 10 hours? I thought it was quite an intense one. Yes, it's a lot like Risk, but it's like a slightly more involved. Not more involved, but yeah, you have to think about your strategy carefully. This has probably taken longer than it might otherwise do, because I'm controlling 5 countries against France played by the board. Whereas in a normal game, you could have 6 players, each one controlling just 1 country, and their turns are going to be over really quickly because they do 1 action on their turn. I'm taking longer because I'm controlling everybody. Although actually in the full game with multiple people, you form alliances, so there's an extra phase which I'm skipping because we're always permanently allied together in the Grand Alliance. There's an extra turn in the version with a full complement of players where you form alliances or break alliances if you like. So yeah, and it's the actions are determined by this disc here, which is unusual. I've not seen this before. There are 6 different actions you can take, represented by these symbols on this board, but you can only do 1 action per turn, and this disc here rotates, and the corresponding color tells you which country, which army, does what action. Right now, Britain is here. Oh, can't see it. Pointing at these actions here, and I can choose one to do, and I'm choosing to move. And every time I move into a country with enemy territory, battles happen. And right now, sorry, enemy forces. But right now I'm invading France, and the object of the game is for me to seize Paris. And so Napoleon mounts a defense. And Swifto the Slow says, this seems just a tad more complex than Civ 5. Possibly is. Possibly I'm making it sound more complex than it is, because I'm explaining my entire thought process and I'm reading the rules as we go, because I've not played it before. So I have to refresh my memory. But yeah, that's what we're doing. So I'm going to invade... Oh, peace off. Invade Picardy. And then this massive French army invades. And another French army uh, invades Lorraine. But I'm also going to invade Lorraine. So this is going to be a tough fight, I think. One of my armies is going to die for sure. The other one, maybe not so much. It depends. I might be able to do them all, actually. Because I got friends in higher places. Let's find out. The next people to be able to move will be the Austrians and Prussians. So I don't want to deplete their forces too much, but I could use them to fight here. I'm going to move this fella as well in the same turn through. He's going to get Madrid, I think. Why not? It's automatic battle resolved because it's just a French garrison, a disc. And then he's going to move to Navarre. So he can preserve some forces, so he can stand maybe some chance when he invades France next. Actually, no, he can invade now. 1, 2, yeah. He can invade Aquitaine. Solid. I'm invading Aquitaine. Unfortunately, that does bring a bunch of French with it. This is a bad idea, wasn't it? He's unsupported. Maybe I won't do that. Maybe I'll wait till next turn to invade Aquitaine with what support, Robin? You're talking about having support, but what support do you have? You're just... The other reason this takes a bit longer than it needs to, because there's some awkward physics in picking up everything on tabletop here. TalkSteam1836 says, how do battles work? Do you roll dice? You don't. No, you simply... So each of these discs represents strength 1 army unit, like a battalion or a regiment. And the generals also have strength 1. And the generals add their strength to their own units. So, for instance, there's 3 discs here and 1 general. So they count as strength 4. But then I also have battle cards, which I can add, as you can see here. They're varying numbers because they're drawn from a deck at random, but you can add those points to your score. So this is where the strategy comes into it. You can pick your battles. You need to pick your battles, otherwise you're going to be destroyed. And I think I'm about to be destroyed in some serious respect. However, it may work out all right. Maybe not. Oh, actually, I just realised the territories they go into: Lorraine, Picardy, Ron, Rodan, Normandy, Languedoc, Brittany. All right, okay, yeah. So there's going to be someone there. No, is another drunk general. There we go. Stay. And then Normandy and Languedoc and Brittany. So he invaded here. A guy was there. There was already a guy in Lorraine. And there was a guy invaded here. So he got into there. He invaded here. So it's going to be Languedoc. Languedoc. Oh, that's a lot of French. This may have been a very, very bad idea. This may have been a terrible idea. Well, let's find out, shall we? And then I think he is the next closest. So he's going to invade the territory with me to fight me. This is going to be brutal, isn't it? Oh, come on. I suppose it doesn't really matter because there'll be plenty of space once I'm dead. Okay. let's resolve these battles in the order that most advantages me. So this fella can be supported by his allies here. These 3 armies here can help him. If I do him first, then Paris will automatically support him. So it'll be strength 8 versus my strength 4, 8, 9, 12. That's not bad odds. Then we'll have this fella, and he'll be fighting against, again, strength 8 with his strength 3. If he's supported by these fellas, strength 5, 6, 7. So strength 8 versus 7, fairly even odds. Fairly even odds. But France will just keep getting new battle cards, which is a problem. Do you get new battle cards after every battle or just at the end of the turn? Let's just double check this, because it might affect how I... Right, okay. So yeah, it's the end of the battle rather than the end of the turn. So France will always have battle cards at its disposal, which could easily wipe me out. And then this fella's on his own, strength 3 versus strength 8. With 2 battle cards at his disposal. So he's just a lost cause, I think. Okay. Let's do this battle first. Let's see what happens. No, I know. If I do the strongest battle first, then I can use my lowest battle card, right, to hammer him. And when I use it, I replace it. So that means I might draw a higher value card. Let's do that. So let's do this one first. So strength 3, 4, 5, 6 versus strength 8. Ooh, or Paris. Paris would automatically support this one if I do this one first. Ooh, that's a bit of a lost cause, isn't it? Right, Austria has a 5. Russia has a 4. So if I play 4, 5, and 3, then I get maths. Maths for people. What's 4 add 5 add 3? It's 12, isn't it? Yes. So I would have plus 12 to his potentially plus 10. And he's already... His base strength would be 12. 3 times 4. And mine is just 1, 2, 3. Oh, no, it's a full strength army there. I just realized. Oh, okay, so he's 4, 5, 6, 7. Okay, not amazing. 7 plus 12. I could spend the 4. 7 plus 13 would take me to 20. And he could go as high as 22, but I don't think he will. I think it's happened already, so the odds are against him having 2 5s with his generals. So I think I will do that. Talksteam 1836 says, most tabletop games like this do dice, and some do the map and then do the battle in Total War or something like that. Don't see this type of battles much. No, you don't. And I find it very interesting, very intriguing. I kind of like it because it's a maths problem. You can begin to work out the problem before you commit to a battle, and I like that. These battle cards, in a way, are the dice, right? Because you don't know what numbers your opponent will have available to them on these battle cards. For instance, I don't know what the French are going to commit to it, but they play a battle card. They add a 3, which means I think I've won this fight by playing my 3 from the British, my 5 from the Austrians, and my 4 from the Russians. So yeah. I think I've automatically won this. Let's see. He goes up to 15 with that 3. I add 12, which takes me to 20. Oh, if he flips a 5, it's a draw. And it's a 3. So, yeah. I just won that fight. Nice one. So it's still tense because there's still that random element of what battle cards does he have and how will it affect. But I have just defeated an army, which is amazing. It's cost a lot because I lose a unit every time I'm in a battle. So it's not great. But the Russians get a card back. Oh, it's a 2. Oh, that's not good. The Austrians get a card back. It's a 4 again. Not great. And the British get a card back. I just look at battle cards, didn't I? And in nations with the general taking battle have 1 new battle card. So I've been doing this wrong, actually. I've been replacing all battle cards used, but actually you just get 1 card back per nation involved. So the French only get 1 card back, which is great because this is weakening him. This is why you work together. This is why you work together. Allies are good. So this fella retreats to Paris. Drunk, apparently. Drunk on defeat. His army is obliterated. And I am in French territory with that British army. Nice. There may be room in him for Paris at some point. Come on. No, he's in Paris. This army now is isolated. I don't even necessarily need the Prussians to fight him. Talk Steam 1836 says, I have 3 board games like this in real life, but they use dice. Oh, which ones? You mentioned Risk, I think, earlier. So do you have Risk? What are the other games you have like this? So this battle here is a 4 general versus a 4 general. I think I got to stack the odds in my favor by adding a Prussian general as well. So that gives me 8 versus his 4. And he can only play 1 card. Do I want to play a card? Because if he's got 4, he can get 9, so it is worth playing a card. What do the Prussians have? The Prussians have, yeah, I'll play a 3 from the Prussians because that's all I need to win. Because if I play a 3, that takes me up to 11. If he plays a 5, he can only go up to 9. He plays a 2. Damn it. What a waste of... Didn't have to do that. Oh, I forgot. To play cards, you have to spend morale. So Napoleon spent 3 points. I spent 1 with the British and the Russians and the Austrians last turn, 1 each. And just 1 with the Prussians now. Well, just now, I meant to say. Talk Steam 1836 says, a World War II one, World War One, and Star Wars. Oh, what's the Star Wars one? Is it, what's it called? Not Battlefront, that's the computer game. Is it a miniatures game? Because I've played that. I can't remember what it's called now. And then the World War II and World War One. I'd like to know what those are. That sounds interesting. I played a World War II one recently called... Was it 44? Memoir 44? I played 2 games at the same time. They were both World War II themed. And one of them was discs like this. And the other one was miniatures on a board. It was a board game. So you have a board, you open it up, and it looks like the Normandy beaches. And you've got little green army men, and you move them around. And you can play card. Oh, no, actually, maybe there weren't dice in that one. I think there were dice, but maybe there weren't. I can't remember now. Anyway, yeah, let me know what they are. So, yep, this Prussian loses a unit, so does this British army. So we're getting weaker, but we have defeated yet another general who retreats to Paris. Tail in between his legs. Oh, this is tense. There's a possibility here. Problem is that this army's going to get obliterated, I think, now. That's the problem. He's surrounded by these two. Um, uh, oh, he took part in this fight, didn't he? So he lost a unit. Forgot about that. Ooh, if you lose in the supporting territory, do you just... What happens? Oh, if there's already a general in your capital, you place the generals off map. Ooh, okay. They can re-invade, but that's good to know. Losing general from a nation that has lost control of its capital, the general can be placed in any unoccupied territory that the nation still controls. Losing garrisons are removed. All right, so yeah, you just stay there. Oh, okay, okay, that's much better. So I've been doing that wrong actually. I've been putting like this here. This general should be off the map because there was already a general in his capital territory, and one of these generals should be off the map as well. That makes more sense because it seems it's a frequent. It's a one of the actions on the board here is this thing here that represents that tells you you can put a general off the board onto the map again. And I thought there are never any generals off the board, but it's because if they get defeated in battle, they retreat to their capital territory, and if there's another general in their capital territory, they get put off the board because there's only space for one friendly general in your capital, apparently. Oh, suddenly Paris is looking much more within reach. Still, it's going to be fully supported though, which is a problem because this fella's about to get his ass kicked. France gets its card back. So do the Prussians. Strength 3. I really hope that's a strength 2. I could have done with that strength 2 actually down here, couldn't I? Oh well. So he's got strength 3 to begin with. These two between them have strength 8. So if I commit a 5, I've lost already. So I can play a card, add 5, but all that does is mean I draw, and they will play a card. The game says they have to. So they play a 5, yeah. I'm defeated. Just obliterated. All I've done, actually. All I've succeeded in doing is adding more French to fight in France. That was actually really dumb. That was a dumb move. I shouldn't have invaded with him. I've just actually made Battle of Paris tougher because there's more French in France. And as we know, there are already too many French in France. Okay. Bollocks. Pardon my French. So that was just the British. That was the first turn, and now it's the Ottomans, and they can move or get a battle card. I think he'll move. Oh, he can move. Oh, I should have. Oh, idiot, idiot! I should have left the British there and invaded with the Ottomans now, and had the British there to support the Ottoman. That I could have won that fight if I'd done it that way around. I don't. What a plonker! What an idiot I've been. Full strength. I mean, if he invades now, he just gets hammered. Because he's all on his own. Oh, what a shame. What a shame. It's tempting, though, to try to reduce sacrificial. I played this very badly, people. Played this so badly because I didn't realize the Ottomans were able to move this turn as well. Ugh. Yeah, he's going to move. Just by choosing to move him. He goes up one. Oh, yeah, he goes up one as well for Napoleon. I forget. Every time someone invades France, Napoleon technically plays a card, but you don't actually use it. So they just won a battle. and got victory points, so they're getting closer and closer to their victory. He's now on a limb, on his own, but he's fighting slightly weaker forces. But actually, no, stronger forces, because Paris will automatically... Oh, no! Paris has already fought. So this is a question of turn orders. Battles, are they fought... When do battles occur? Is it after everyone's taken their actions? Because otherwise... A general moves into a territory that contains a garrison, or a general which is not in the same coalition. Actually, that battle would have taken place with the Ottomans because I take all my actions simultaneously, technically. Obviously, I do them one at a time to keep track of the game more easily, but technically I do it simultaneously. So, oh, this has changed things. Let's go. I now have an Ottoman friend in with me. So technically, this British army is still here, and these two are full strength. So let's put them back to how they were. So they were on strength 8. They played a card which was a 5? Yeah, it was. So I have a bit of advanced knowledge, but I would commit my highest card anyway, right? My Ottoman 5. Or would I? Because my British 5. With the 4 from my Ottoman ally, I would only be 1 behind. So, I'd commit a 5. And a 4, I guess. 5 and a 4. So he gets his 5, he goes up to 13. I have my 5, I go up to 12, and I add a 4 and go up to 16. So I win. Excellent. So I destroy that army. Nice. Now the tricky part is, do you remember, fellas? I need your help. Did this British army here have 2 discs under him or 3? That's important because he loses a disc for being in the battle. Let me know when you think. If you can remember, in fact, if you can wind back and check, this fella here who invaded, wherever the hell he invaded, Aquitaine, this red fella here, did he have 2 discs or 3 when I invaded with him? I think he had 2, but let me know. TalkSteam says he had 2. Thank you. Thank you so much, TalkSteam. Oh, you also give me some details on your games. The World War Ones are small soldier tank army ship and planes. Oh wow, that sounds quite involved. But there's round disc that you put under them when there's more than one in place. Oh, so you have one kind of miniature of a tank, and when you have multiple regiments, I guess, you have a disc underneath them to represent multiples, and each disc is a new multiple, as opposed to other games where you'd have 5 tanks to represent 5 regiments of tanks, and then there's no room on the board. In a similar way that I'm running out of space on this board. Oh, this invasion of France has gone much better than I thought it would, because I remembered how the rules actually work. TalkSteam 1836 says, yeah, there, thanks. That sounds really cool, actually. What's it called? I wouldn't mind giving that a go. We just all spent a card, so... And he spent a card. So now it's the Russians. This is simple because they're going to tax, I think, and get money from their lands, which is 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 coins from the taxing. Oh, no, actually. Is there... No, there's no money in there. Or, actually, no, I'm not going to tax, because I've got 10 coins. I don't need money. I do want to get rid of this battle card, because it's just a 2. So let's... Yeah, that's a trade. 2 for a 5. Pretty good. So the Prussians, they can either get some morale, get a battle card, or invade with a general. Or they could get taxes. They don't need money. They've got 16 coins. I think it might be worth getting a battle card. See if I can get 5. No, it's just 3. The Austrians can recruit. I'm going to recruit. I'm going to build up my forces because I think fighting is going to happen. So I have 14 coins. Let's spend as many as I need to. So you can only have, sadly, 3 discs per general. So that's 3 for him. Another 1 for him, and then 3 for this guy. Oh, actually, no. Let's pick him up and put it on top. That's easier. Much, much, much stronger now. Okay. He could... No, I've recruited... Oh, I'm going to recruit next turn, actually, aren't I? Guaranteed. Yes, I've got to recruit next turn because of the way the disc turns. So that was... I'm going to leave those discs there because there's no more battles to take place with the Austrians. So I'll just... I'll do that as my next action, but this time I will invade with a general. And then I'll recruit for him when I remember. I will invade... It has to be on my home territories, so it's Tyrolia. So it was 3 for each of those, so that's 6. And then 1 for that guy. And that's... Oh, okay. Just OCD, tidying things up if I can. Oh, screw it. Talks Team 1836 says, I forget what the game's called, but I will look it up. Yes, please do. Please do, because would you recommend playing it? Because I could always, if I can find it on Tabletopia, which is the website that I'm using to play this game now online, if I can find it, I'd like to play it. Maybe I can stream it. And you can give me tactical advice. Either tactical advice that will make me lose or win, depending on how much you like me. So let's go. And that was it. That was the end of that turn. Yeah, okay. Just checking. So the British... Let's do actions simultaneously. The British can move, and I think they want to. Oh, and the French are going to react now. So, yeah, the British are going to attack Paris. So let's build up all my forces, do all the other actions first. So we'll start with Austria and recruit. We'll recruit another 3 for this fella in Tyrol, which is now, I think, Tyrolia. Is its modern name? So that was 3 coins. Let's zoom out a bit. This could go badly wrong, but I feel like Britain invading Paris, now's the time. The Prussians can recruit or invade with a general. They don't have a general, or they can get some morale. Do they need to recruit? Recruiting might be useful, actually, but they... Again, I think they've got to recruit. Right. I'm going to rotate the disc to see what happens next turn. Yeah, they've got to recruit next turn, so I won't... Oops. Oh gosh, what's going on? Now it's all going wrong. There we go. They've got to recruit next time, so I will get some morale, I think. The Russians can either tax. I don't think they need to tax. I think what they could use, perhaps, is a battle card. Okay. The Ottomans can either tax or trade a battle card. Now, the 2 battle cards they have are 5 and 4. So, oh no, they committed that, didn't they? That was the one they committed to. Yeah, they're going to trade for a new battle card. That's their action. Oh, I traded up to a 5. 2 for a 5. Nice. Twice in a row. Feels good. Feels good when that happens. That also, the French need to get a new battle card. I think I didn't put that back either. So great. 4 for a 2. Not great. Talksteam 1836 says it's Axes and Allies. It's a pretty popular game. I've heard of that. I've heard of that, yes. I haven't played it, though. Which surprises me, because I feel like I've played quite a few World War II themed board games, but not that one, interestingly. Right, so that's the Ottomans done, that's the Russians done, that's the Prussians done, and the Austrians done. The Austrians recruited. Yeah. So now it's the British, and the British are going to try to seize Paris. Let's just double check. I win as soon as I control Paris, I believe. Paris is conquered, right, which just means I have to be the only army in it, basically. So I have a strength 1 British army, strength. Well, I can move all 3, can't I? I can move all of them in. Not that it matters because they all support, so you only need 1 army to be in the fight. So let's send the strength 1 army in, because no, I want to have a garrison. So let's send a strength 2 from Picardy into Paris. And then everyone else is supporting to try to counteract these supporters who are pretty strong. Okay, big battle time. Big. Oh, piss on it. Ooh, I could reduce the support for Paris. Yes, because you can't support someone if you are engaged in a battle. So this fella actually is going to invade here. Sacrificial strategic attack. This one could even invade here. Yes, he will. Just to distract these 2 armies. So he's on his own against the Ottomans and the British. Talksteam 1836 says, I've never been able to finish a game of Axis and Allies. Wow, how long does it take? Genuinely, that sounds intense. Right. Oh, this could be the grand finale, everyone. Get ready. Whew, calm down. Think straight, Robin. Think straight. You have a strength 4 Napoleonic army in Paris. You also have a strength 3 British army in Paris, supported by a strength 3 Ottoman army, which puts me at a 6-4 advantage. Right. He will play 1 card. He's only got 1 card to play. He's only got 1 general in the fight, so he can only allow to play 1 card. If it's a 5, he will go up to 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 9. He could be as high as 9. So I just need to play a 5, basically. And I have a 5 from the British. And the Ottomans have a 5 as well. I mean, I could play a 5 from both of them if I wanted to really, really hammer it home. Yeah. I'll play a 5 from the Ottomans because I've got other battles too. So we add a 5 from the Ottomans. Thank you, Ottomans. Puts me on 11. So now I've won because it doesn't matter. Oh, we had a 5! Whoa! He did have a 5. That's scary. But it doesn't matter, mate, because you're isolated and you're defeated. And you can't go anywhere. You're off the board. And I am left, this British army in Paris, with a garrison, or British general with a garrison. Nice. I will just say, I think actually that defeated general retreats. Let's just double check that. That French general, defeated French general, I think, retreats. I think, yeah. He goes into an adjacent territory that they still control. Oh, amazing. Okay, the Ottomans have redeemed themselves. They've just helped the British take Paris after their disastrous counterattack in Greece. Disastrous. 2 full-strength armies against a weakened French army with naval support and just completely obliterated. Great. Let's tidy it up with some battle. I mean, probably should have, for drama's sake, should have done the Battle of Paris after I'd resolved these battles. But hey, let's see what these French armies do. So we've got a strength 4, there's a garrison and a strength 3 general against a strength 3 general. So and they have, oh, I should have done it. Crap. I will play a strength 5. Oops, shouldn't have done that way around. But yeah, I've defeated him. And he can't go to Paris, so he's off the board. Oh no, actually, he goes to there. All destroyed. I'm going to set up a garrison. I've lost a unit from the battle, but I will set up a garrison. France is looking mighty British now, isn't it? And now this battle with a strength 1 unsupported against strength 3. Oh dear. Oh gosh. And the best card I can play is 4. But he's got a new card too. And it could be a pathetic one. So I'm strength 2, he's strength 4. No, strength 3, sorry. I can play a 4, which I will. 1, 2, 3, 4. Let's hope he can't play more than a 3. It's a 2! Oh my gosh! He gets beaten. Oh my gosh, I actually just won 3 battles against them. Amazing. Oh, whoops. Wrong one. Ha ha! Forced those Frenchies to retreat, eh? Look at that. Look at that. Let me just double check. If a losing general from a nation that has lost control of its capital, the general can be placed in any unoccupied territory that the nation still controls. Yeah, so they can do that. Just force them all to retreat to the north of France. What an incredible invasion. That worked really well. I've done it. I've won. And Napoleon only got just over halfway to his victory. And genuinely, it was looking like Napoleon was going to win. He was just beating me left, right, and center, it felt like. And I was barely holding him back for the last hour of the previous part 1. And now I managed to, everything worked out fine. I was genuinely thought I'd got the sequence wrong. I was like, I'm going to build up my forces as strong as I can around the borders of France. But these French armies and garrisons down here were just blocking me from lining up my forces here. And then coordinate some kind of attack. And hopefully the British armies invading on their own can see off the French with some support, and it worked beautifully. But I mean, I had to commit, right? I had a lot of support from the Russians and the Austrians and the Prussians in particular to help my British armies in northern and eastern France do well. And then luckily I kind of I mean, it wasn't quite a take back seed, but it kind of was. Luckily I've forgotten that the Ottomans, the way the turn dial worked was that the Ottomans could also move at the same time as the British. And I had the Ottomans down here supporting the British. And luckily I'd done that obviously the game guides you because the sequence of play means the Ottomans and the British will always move, consecutively, rather than say the Russians who'll move turns ahead of or behind of, depending on how you look at it, the British. But yeah, wow, I did it. I conquered Paris. Paris has a British flag flying above it now, you swine dogs. That is what I call a proper image. I might just screenshot that because that's lots of fun. Oh wow! Oh yeah, I won. I'm actually surprised I won. Talk Steam 1836, going back to Axis and Ally, says it takes 30 minutes to an hour to set up. And when I play it, the people I play it with are my family, and they're not the smartest when it comes to strategy. Yeah, I know that feeling. We've all been there. Family are kind of. It's a curse, isn't it? The blessing and a curse. The double edged sword is that at the same time, unlike a lot of friends, you can coerce family into playing board games with you. They are obliged. Whereas a lot of friends, if they're not into board games, it's really hard to force them to play board games. But the problem with family is that because they're family, you can't control the quality of play, can you at all? Whereas with friends, if you're all into board games and you're experienced, especially, then you can kind of there's a good level of competency there. Whereas with family, it's potluck. Also with family, there's strops are more likely to happen, right? As opposed to friends who tend to be well behaved. But yeah, thank you all for joining me for this unexpected victory against Napoleon. And this session has only been just over 2 hours. Mm. So yeah, uh, I know I'm not the most thrilling host, and I know that there was a lot of time spent with me fiddling about with pieces. But what do you all think? Having watched me, endured me playing the game, trying to beat Napoleon. What are your thoughts on the game as your impressions from it, solo mode at least? Obviously, I haven't played the multiplayer mode, but maybe I mean, do you think this game's good enough, for example, to be worth Martin, Alex, and me playing it together sometime? I'll have to really train them, and I think in the strategy. I don't know if Martin is a particularly strategic board game player. Alex, I think, has done strategy board games before. Swifto the Slow says, looks like it would be fun to play with a few mates. I think so too. Yeah. Thanks for watching me play solo, but I genuinely think because you can form alliances and break alliances, of course. I think having everyone, having other people, and trying to form alliances of convenience would be really good. What's interesting is that, of course, the premise of the game is it's the Napoleonic Wars, where everyone was allied against Napoleon, and I find it. I wonder if everyone would therefore feel obliged to gang up on whoever the French player is, or if people would be happy to completely ignore history and just go for it. Because obviously, your starting position geographically makes a lot of difference. Like, obviously, at the start of this game, I was spread out around Europe, um, mostly towards the east of Europe. That's where most of my armies were. But because we're all allied and I'm controlling them all, it was a simple decision of everyone's heading west towards France. Uh, and the French were just going all over the place and doing a pretty damn good job of it. I mean, look how much of the board is French. But not Paris, not Paris. It's a man. Uh, Talksteam 1836 says the other board game they were talking about is Star Wars Rebellion. Yes, I couldn't remember the name. Yes, that makes perfect sense because it's about the rebellion against the Empire. So yeah, of course it would be Star Wars Rebellion. I just forget because there's a game. There's Star Wars X-wing, isn't there? Which isn't a strategy board game, so to speak. There's no board, but it's TIE fighters and X-wings, and it's really good actually. Really good. I've enjoyed that game. Mm. So yeah, I would recommend this game. This game, to be honest, has proven to be much better than I thought it would be, particularly solo mode. There's always a risk with games that are designed for multiple players that the solo mode is a bit of an afterthought and doesn't really work. But actually, it works, and I felt tense every time Napoleon's done something. I felt like my heart's gone, oh no, and he's ruined my plans and he's just battered me. But the good thing is, he hasn't battered me so much that I couldn't fulfill my plan, like my plan to build up my forces around the border of France so that I could invade with ideally the British, but it didn't have to be the British, but with multiple armies at once, worked out surprisingly well, really well. Um, and I think I'm actually impressed by how well it worked. uh, but that was my ultimate plan all along. Napoleon's erratic behavior and scarily successful invasions just delayed me. Although, interestingly, I got lucky, I think. In the last few turns, Napoleon's actions were to invade places like Italy and Greece. And even in Germany here, there was only one battle when he invaded here. So there's a reason there's so many garrisons around is because he was invading places which were undefended for the most part. And that played into my hands, actually, because it meant that Napoleon was active, but he wasn't preventing me from getting towards Paris with my full strength armies because there weren't really many battles going on. Although there were a couple of battles against garrisons, which are automatic wins, and against an army or two, there weren't many battles because a lot of the time he was, in the last few turns, he was invading territories with no opposition, none of my armies, which meant that he wasn't fighting battles, wasn't winning battles, and wasn't getting the victory points which would lead him to the ultimate victory. So actually, I got I was fortunate there that towards the end, those last few turns, Napoleon was invading places where I was not. The most difficult time, I think, was here when Napoleon invaded Spain, just as I was starting to build up strength here and wanting to go through Spain to the south of France and invade from the south, as well as build up forces on the north. So I ended up having this huge imbalance of everybody was here in the north, and not many people, if anybody, was here in the south. It was obviously I had three armies in Lisbon, but they weren't able to move because the French were blocking the way. And the problem is, as soon as you move into a territory with the French, you have to fight them, and as soon as you fight them, you definitely will get weaker because you lose a disc if you've got a disc, or you get destroyed because you lose the battle. So I got lucky that those invasions at the end there did end up taking away the French from Spain. Although actually, now that I remember it, the armies from those two armies, those generals that were staying in Spain actually were didn't move until I invaded France, and they were the ones who, as because they were closest to France, the rules say that the ones closest to the territory that's being invaded are the ones that move in. So that's actually what happened. Lauren Trovert says, "Those dang pesky French." Yes. Ah, the French. They are very pesky, always in the way when you want to invade their territory. Damn them. But yeah, if this is anything to go by, if we can extrapolate anything, historically speaking, from this board game that I played with arbitrary rule set and, with certain luck on my part in terms of drawing cards, Napoleonic France was not as easy to defeat as France during the Second World War. Boom! Cheesy. Cheese-eating surrender monkeys. Not really. They put up a fight until that second round of invasion, and like the first battles, they were proper victories, but it took all my might, right, to win those battles when I first invaded, and then when I invaded Paris, it was like pushover. Obviously, I stacked the odds in my favor, but I don't know if I really deserve credit. They just got bad battle cards. Talks Team 1836 says the only one that is sort of good at this type of board game is my brother, but he doesn't enjoy it and he's living life. Launch over LMAO. Oh, thank you. I know what you mean about your brother. It's so annoying when people who are good at strategy board games don't enjoy them and therefore won't play them with you, especially when it's your brother. Because, like I said, family are obliged to play with you. It's also people who are good at things but don't like them are annoying anyway, right? Because they have a God-given talent which they're not using. Oh, wow. Well, this has been a lot of fun. Thank you so much for joining me. I really do appreciate it. I'm really grateful. I was afraid this was going to become a part 3, that this game would take me about 9 hours in total to complete, but I think 5 hours is a respectable length of time to play a solo game that I hadn't played before with the tricky physics of Tabletopia. But thank you so much for keeping me company. Thank you so much for enduring this playthrough. And I really, really hope that you're all doing well, keeping well, and that you enjoyed this game, because I really did. I'd recommend it if you're interested. Again, Tabletopia, you can sign up for free and play this for free. You don't have to buy a copy of the game if you fancy playing it. Go on to Tabletopia, it's spelled table, TOPIA.com, I think. And you can make a free account and you can play this game. I'd recommend it. And you can play it online with friends as well. So, yeah. Oh, Don Travert says thank you for the stream. Swifto says farewell. And TalkSteam says bye. Well, thank you all. Fare thee well. Bye for now. And I'll see you next time for streaming something. Bye for now.